Sometimes man go road go drink cup them rum, and when them can't find the mother, you know what them do? Them draw the daughter. As some you know it go, right? And you never know who has what kind of intention. So what I do know is that you have to be there to protect your child. Big up my mother all day, every day. I can't say this enough. Big up my mother all day, every day. You know, she never put me in a position like that, and for that I am grateful. Two daughter them in the house with stepfather. Our young daughter them a wash, cook and clean for stepfather. Remember say man go road go drink them rum, and you know sometimes people have some hidden things. You remember Suzette, you remember that. Guys, hi Comical Reason family. Hi my loves. Make sure you share the live so this can go out. So it can get to all the places that it needs to get to. TikTok family, hi, welcome. This is probably the first time you're gonna see one of my more talkative or serious lives. Before I go into the heavy stuff and tell you guys a story, because it's a story that I'm going to tell you. Before I go into the heavy stuff, you know, the past 3 years we have had our food drive, or Christmas food drive, where we have given food to families, to over 300 families at a time. For the past 3 years, we have partnered with the Linstead CDC, and we're very grateful to them. For the last 2 years, we've been supported by the Madge Louis Scholarship Foundation. And for all 3 years, my TikTok name is Sasha-lee. For the last 3 years, we have been supported by donors all across the globe. So I want to say a big thank you to all donors that have supported the platform. I want to say thank you to all donors that, you know, have made a difference in people's lives that you don't know. We've had people leave all the way from Portland just to come and get a bag. We have had government workers receive a bag. We've had teachers receiving bags. Because let me tell you something, sometimes you think that people are in a good position, but anybody at any time can fall on hard times. And that is something that we know to be true, right? At any given time, any one of us can buck our toe, right? You're up today, you can be down tomorrow. You know, you ever find yourself, like for example, you're in a good job, things are going for you, and then there's a time when you can't even find food and you cannot pinpoint what went wrong, or maybe there was a dramatic turn in your life, and you that was in the position to give is now someone who needs to receive. So that is the reason why we don't judge, and why I ask people to support the food drive. So if you're overseas and you want to pack a barrel, we would be more than grateful. We need tin food and we need rice and stuff like that. We usually, if you're out here and you raise chickens and you want to donate a couple chickens to us, we'd be grateful for that. If you want to donate a bag of rice, a bag of flour, whatever, we are grateful for that. Whatever you want to donate to our Christmas food drive, we need to start doing it now. Last year I did a back to school drive. I had only planned for 5 children. We ended up blessing 19 children, and some got khaki, school bag. Everybody got school bag and school books. Some kids received things from their book list. Some people got for school shoes. Lolo, I'll tell you the date sometime this week. I was just talking to Carlene about it earlier. So I don't know if it's too late for me to do a back to school drive. I'm not too sure if it's too late for me to raise donations to assist some parents in sending their children to school. I'm not sure, but I want to start putting it out there from early that we are doing our Christmas food drive this year, and we do need all the support that we can get, right? All right, so I know you guys see the caption, and what I'm going to speak of is something that I know personally and I know to be true because I would have seen it myself. It's not something that I was told. It's things that I saw myself. And then I'm going to tell you about an experience from my childhood. So I'm going to tell you about something that happened recently. I'm going to tell you about an experience from my childhood to bring awareness. And also, I know I'm going to upset a few people when I do this live. And the reason why I'm going to upset a few people is because what I'm going to say is going to crush your corn. What me I gonna say, you go bex. And make it be, say, you don't like me, come and tell you the truth. Better you don't like me, come and tell you the truth. than you like me because I'm a baby you and know say certain things not right. That's just my personal thing. Better you dislike me because I tell you the truth than you like me because I'm a baby you up and be the hypocrite. I cannot be the hypocrite. I can't play the hypocrite. I don't want to play the hypocrite, and I would prefer not to play the hypocrite, right? So, alright, make we get into a topic now. So basically, in recent times, I remember there was an aunt who reached out to me to say that her niece was pregnant. I think her niece was 14. I don't want to tell any lies, so please be mindful of the fact that I said I think her niece was 14 at the time when her niece had the child. Or she had just turned 13 turned 14 the day after or the day before she had the child. I don't remember the exact age. And I remember this niece reached out to me. This auntie reached out to me and she spoke on live what happened. So basically, the mother of the child left the child in the house with left her daughters in the house with the stepfather. Right? She gone, she have different man. And you know what? Some of our people them come at me and tell me about take down video. I don't take it down. I don't take it down because I'm a back brother. I not take it down. I'm too careless. Anyways, she gone have man gone over the place and left her. So there was that situation with that little girl and she got pregnant for her stepfather. Right? Right in my area, right? So right here in my area. So not far me I telling about right here in my area. She got pregnant by her stepfather who would have molested a baby. She had a baby, right? Rather. And when it come on to certain things, my wishy-washy and thin skin, but when it come on to other things, my skin thick bad and I don't care. So basically, this is what happened. So you think it's appropriate. You've known this child from this child is about 5 years of age. You would have known this child from this child is about 5 years of age. They're about 5. And you thought it was appropriate. And mothers, be careful. Like I said, not go begs. And it's okay. Call me and cuss me after, but I tell you not already to on the face, I'm going to talk it so. Because I'm not alone, it affect. If you're not there to protect your child, who will? If you're not there to protect your girl pitney, who will? Can't left pitney with stepfather. Me not talk about, you have some real fathers that step up, and my hats are off to you. You have some real mothers who step up, and my hats are off to you. But you can never know the true intentions of somebody. So you have to put things in place. You have to put things in place. Because let me tell you something. A lot of our children are hungry, and that is the fact. A lot of parents can't afford to feed them children. That is the fact. And you see, girl pitney walk with something between them foot, you see? But some man, them not business body age. Them not business body age. Them just want to know say something there between the foot. And then we go there. Then we'll go there. And some girl pitney, some they won't speak up that happened to them. Some of them, and that did happen to the one down here so. And that did happen to the one down here so. And mama gone left around food no day. And I said to the auntie say, mind that man start by your knees supper Jane. Cause I look at you uncle used to sugar and water. So when him come start by supper Jane now and him rub the leg, yes, she now go must box it off. Cause she go say, you understand? Because not every child understand. They're not mature enough to realize that these men are taking advantage of them. They're not mature enough to realize what is taking place. Want to see what happened to we them in Jamaica? We have to fix up. You cannot put your child in certain situations. And I know say it can be hard. And you have to go out there, go hustle and do what you have to do. Which I understand because I come from a single parent household. I understand. But try and put measures in place for a pitney. For a girl pitney. You understand me? Your child, you have men are traumatizing your girl pitney. Them are traumatize them. A lot of adults right now are walking around with trauma. Enough of we not believe in a counseling. Enough of we not believe in a therapy to get these things out so that people can put what they're feeling on the surface. You understand me? Cool. So you there with the mother. Cool? You and the mother go through a rough patch. You feel like say you want to stop give the mother your money. Fine. Your money, do what you want do. You feel like you want to stop give the mother the money. The little girl dead there. The little picnic dead there. Monks you. Cool. Everybody thinks that you're good somebody. Everybody thinks that you're good somebody. All along we say yes. Good little figure. From the picnic about 6 years there. Good little figure. Ungo fit the me no know which doppy touch you. Me no know which doppy touch you. Ungo fit the doppy touch you. And you decide to try and bribe this child. You decided as a 40-year-old man that it was appropriate to try and bribe a child. And she's younger than 14. You thought it was appropriate to try and bribe her. The same pitney where I call you daddy. You thought it was appropriate to try and groom her. Because you know that maybe the food not dead like how it's supposed to dead. Share the live, guys. Maybe the food not dead how it's supposed to dead. You understand me? Maybe but the money not run how it's supposed to run. Maybe some of the time the little girl want chicken for eat and a tin mackerel there. Maybe sometimes she have to hold a bag noodle. So cause you know the struggles, you're in the household. And you decide that you could try and use what is taking place in this child's life to try and use it against her. Use a demons. Use a demons. Use a demon. You're going to say to the little girl, all the money I used to give your mother, I can give it to you. You're a demons. How dare you? You're going to tell the little green girl. Say, a little girl come to you for something to eat. She used to it. She's used to coming to you for something to eat. And you are going to say to her, say. And you are going to say to her, say. Whatever you want to say about the money. And the pitney will say, but me always ask you for money. You normally give it to me. Because she's innocent. She's a child. And then you go on to say, you know all the money I give your mother. Dirty boy. Dirty boy. You don't want to lay down on top of that little girl? You don't want to deal with that little girl? Nasty boy. To the people, them good girl pitney, we have our entire future ahead of her. But all the money where did I give the mama? You would have give it to her as a child? Nasty boy. And I go ask the little girl, you like me? You should have shame. You should have shame. You go ask the little pitney where I call your daddy. So, hey, woman, no watching the pitney around them money, you know. Watching the girl pitney around them nasty boy, you know, because some of them dirty, you know. And every man, a man, you know. Some of them a man brother, some a man cousin, some a man uncle, some of them a man too. But not all of them a man. Because no man is going to look at a child and say those things. You're going to say to the little girl, you like me? And she say, of course me like you. You're me father. Me like you, you're my father. And you're going to say not like that. Dirty boy, what you mean not like that? What you mean not like that? So which way you want the baby for like you? Because a baby me I talk about, you know. Which way you want the pitney like you? And then you're going to say everything you tell your mother. You're going to say everything that she's supposed to tell her mother. And thank God her mother created a safe space that the child feels comfortable to tell the mother certain things. Because let me tell you something. Some children are scared. Some children would have shut down, but this little girl was brave. She was brave. You ever said to the pitness, everything you tell your mother. She's supposed to. She's supposed to tell her mother. She's supposed to, because she have sense. And the little girl say, what you mean? Here you as a drunk crow. Here you. So if me touch you, This is so hard for me. This is so hard for me. You're going to say to the child, so if I touch you, are you going to tell her? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by if you touch people and pitney, if she ever tell? What do you mean? I don't understand. I've never felt so dunce in my life because I'm unable to comprehend what you mean. I'm unable to decode what you mean. When you say to her, so if I touch you, are you going to tell her? What do you mean touch you? Do you mean hold her hand? Do you mean tap her on the back? What do you mean? What do you mean if you touch her? You mean like if you hold her hand? You mean if you give her a gentle nudge on the back? Do you mean if you give her a warm father's embrace? Is that what you mean? I don't understand what you mean when you say to the people in Gal Pitney, if I touch you, will you tell her? I don't understand what it is that you're saying. Or why you thought that was appropriate to say to the child. This child that you've been raising all these years. I don't understand what could have come across your mind. If you said that to the little girl. And then you take away the pitney phone and delete out all of the messages. But she's quicker than you because she screenshot everything I send go give her mama. She quicker than you. Because before you could have taken her phone, the first set of messages when me just repeat, she screenshot them, bam, and send them go give her mother. And say, mommy, this will take place now. She quicker than you. She braver than you. She tougher than you. You're idiot. You're soft compared to that child. She quicker than you. She's smarter than you. Same time she screenshot it. And she said, she text her back and she said, this not look good. This not safe. That the pitney text her back and said, she said, this not look good. This not safe. And same time she tell her mother. She not itch. The little girl not itch. She tell her mother same time as you do it. She text her mother and start screenshot and you go in there, go grab the pitney phone and delete out everything. But she quicker than you. Because she tell her mother. I'm a proud her, so she tell her mother. Because on every pitney have that bravery in them. Some are treated so badly, some are abused so badly, and then they feel guilty and they blame themselves. Luckily, that wasn't her story, her full story. Because she never go along with it. Luckily, she never went along with it. The pitney ball, you traumatize the little girl pitney. You traumatize the people, them child. She can't hold a straight face because of you. The little girl is confused. She doesn't know how to explain herself. She doesn't know how to feel. She feels ashamed. She feels ashamed because she says, I don't know how to feel about what he said. The money that he gives to mommy, he will now give it to me. Bribe, I try bribe the people and Pitney. So you know, say, sometimes look struggling there. So you know, say, as a single mother, sometimes it's hard. So you know, say, sometimes nothing go on. So you know, say, sometimes the little girl have to do without. You use if you take it, use against her. You take it for try and manipulate her. Because you're dead there and know what is going on. You try to use the child's current situation against her. But the devil is a lie. You see, you're one of the demons that was formed to rob her of her destiny. You're one of the demons from the pit of hell that came to rob her of her destiny. But an angel stepped in and gave her wisdom. Her angel stepped in and gave her wisdom because she's bigger than what you're trying to make her out to be. She's bigger than what you're trying to put her through. You understand me? She will not be one of the statistics because of a dirty man like you. She won't be one of the statistics because of a nasty man like you. Try to use food against a child. For try and bribe her. For say you want to touch her when you drink up your rum. Nasty boy. When you drink up your rum and don't know if you control yourself, you want to turn on the... A long time you watch the little girl. Me see this a come long time, you know. Me tell the mother say me see this a long time. Long time me see this a come because something me tell you something, man. When your back is against the wall, draw down your sleeve and pull up your socks and do what you have to do. Because if you're not there to watch your child and protect your child, who is going to do it for you? Nobody will take care of your child as good as you will. Some want to picky and choosy. Some want to pick until you pink hurt. If you're not there, pull up your socks and pull down your sleeve and get to work. Because your child needs to be protected by any means necessary. It's not a child's responsibility to worry about a parent. It's not a child's responsibility to have to budget. It's not a child's responsibility to have to carry that weight. Yes, sometimes they can do without. Yes, sometimes they can have less than others. That is fine. To keep them humble, that is fine. But to be budgeting, that is not a child's responsibility. And no demons can tell me that it is. It is not a child's responsibility to have to do those things. And when children are put in this state, men will take advantage of them. A son of a little girl pitney them get take with we wish for talk the truth. A son of a little boy pitney them end up put them brave on counter if we wish for talk the truth. Because their parents didn't protect them. It is the parents' responsibility. You disturbed them. They didn't disturb you. You gonna make them never asked to come here. And why should this child be traumatized? Because she's not protected. Why should any child be traumatized because they're not protected? Why? Look how much of a pitney I got missing. Look how much of a pitney them come back in a body bag. You know why some of them come back in a body bag? Because they're in situations like this. And because who do it to them is who they know, is who the family know, who the family trusts. So in order for their name to not be called, them send back a pitney come in a body bag. And make you think a stranger do it. That's why enough of our kids them, enough of the nation pitney them go missing. Enough of them end up in a body bag. Because they're made to think like adults. They're placed in situations that they have to mature too quickly. They're placed in situations where they have to be thinking about how to bring food into the household, how to bring additional money into the household. They're placed into those positions. And then you have demons from the pits of hell that comes to rob them of their destiny. They end up not living the life that they were supposed to live. You know why? Because they were robbed of their destiny. And for all who's going to say, Sasha, why didn't God step in? Remember that God gave us all the freedom to choose. He gave us the freedom to choose. Always remember that. So when people say, why God never this, why God that? God gave us free will. Say it any way you want, take it. Me no business. Me not go debate the part there. Sometimes demons come to rob us of our destiny. They come to rob our children of our destiny. Stop be careless and take care of your pitney. Put on certain life. From your off pitney, you can't live the life of a child again. Do all what you can do to make sure that child excel. Do all what you can do to make sure that child come live a better life than you. Your child should not have to bear the same struggles that you did. Me talk all the while, you know. When them a go buy my mother Heineken, my mother make sure it's the ice water go in her back and she collect the Heineken money. That's why some of the picnic go bust gone. Because you're not there to protect your child. Some of the little boy pitney have some tendency, and before you correct them early when you say them a gyalis, no, they're pending pedophiles. They're pending perverts. They're not gyalis. Sometimes when you see a little boy pitney have some little tendency and some little behavior, I want to talk about gyalis, you know. No, he's a pending pedophile. He's a pending pervert. And you need to teach him early. Because we already have enough of them on the loose. Some of them are hiding at the church. Some of them are hiding at the schools. Some of them are hiding at ministries. Some of them are hiding at the forces. Some of them are hiding in your workplace. Some of them will not sleep next to. I mean, not talk about the careless mama them were putting them pitney in their bed on the man I want and it. You understand? I not talk about uno know so no man reach over uno and touch on the daughter. And uno me talk to me done with them and not time for uno. Me talk about the one them who want to take care of their child. I'm saying put your foot down now and do better now. Spare your child the trauma. I mean, I want to say, man, they touch me too. Why does that have to be your child's reality? Me no want you say, my mother did put me out young too. Why does that have to be your child's reality? You never finish school. Why does that have to be your child's reality? You were touched. Why does that have to be your child's reality? You were made to go hungry and beg. Why does that have to be your child's reality? Some me no want to say certain things, you know. Why does that have to be your child's reality? Do better for your children. They didn't ask to be here. Too much of pitting them a come back in a body bag. Too much of pitting them a come back in a body bag. Get up and protect your child. Get up and do what you need to do. So if you need to go in a one wholesale, go bag out rice and flour, go and do it. I did it. I got out with my tall Brazilian hair and my fingernail well nice. And me go bag out rice and flour. I did it. You're too good for bag out rice and flour. Go on, go get one little maintenance work. You're too good for get maintenance work. Go on, go start clean to office. If that is what is available to you, now take it now. Spare the child the trauma that you had to go through. Your child deserves better. Our children deserves better. Our children deserve to be protected. They deserve to feel loved. They deserve to live without trauma. Don't make that your child's reality. Fix up yourself and pull up your socks quick. Real quick. And like I said, I'm not talking to the little careless one them when no so when the man I reach over and feel up on a pitney. Me dismiss on a long time and then I'm not talking a lock and par with you know. And idiot boy, when you see me, don't call to me. Cause you know me not like you. And me talk to you every day, me talk to you good enough time me pick up for you and beg for you. But me never know say them things that you have in you. Me never know say you nasty them way, ya brother. And me tell you from now, me and me have no lock and par. Me a no pedophile and a lock and par. Me a no child predator and a lock and par. You could have been my brother. I will rob you. Me come on this come expose me one uncle. Don't play with me. Me not have no lock and par for people which other people pick me. Me and can never be friends. Me and will never be friends. And if me and a family, I will not associate myself with you. And I don't care. Yeah, I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you from a distance. I'll forgive you. So who want preach forgiveness, I will forgive you, but from a distance. Me not wrap up with no pedophile. Me not wrap up with no predator. Because if me did have pitney, I thought would a target for me pitney too. So when you see me, you know, just hold your head straight. Save yourself the embarrassment. Because them a beg me for hold it down. Them a beg me for hold it down. Not for the sake of you, you know. But for the sake of the child. For the sake of the child. Why them a beg me for hold it down, you know. Because we don't want a target on our back, you know. Don't bother feel like me a protect you, you know, boy. It's for the child. Because we don't want a target on the child's back. And I genuinely believe, I've said this before, I don't believe there will be a target on the child back. Because you know what them are going to say? Them not going to want trouble again. Because you know what them are going to say? Them are going to say she don't want to chat too much. She going to tell her mother. So them are afraid of that one day. Them not going to want trouble that little one day. Because them are going to say, oh, she going to tell her mother. So them not going to really want trouble. She. So nobody feel like say you me a protect. I know you me a protect, baby. And when you see me, do not speak to me. Do not address me. Do not text me. Do not call me. Because I saw the messages. I read them myself and I'm disgusted by you. And I don't care if me hail you the day before as brother. I don't care if me hail you the day before and say, you know, say you're a real youth and you're a real Jenna. Not anymore. I take it back and I send you back to the pit of hell. I don't have no lock and par with nobody with trouble people pit me. I could have me brother. I could have me daddy. I could have me uncle. I could have me cousin. I don't care. From your hands, them go towards children. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want anything at all to do with you. Anything. I don't want to be associated with you. I don't want you to call to me. I don't want to speak to you. I'm bitter. I'm bitter when it come on to you. Do not speak to me. Do not address me. Do not look my direction. Because I don't promise you that I'll be able to hold my own. I don't promise you that I'll be able to keep it a secret. I don't promise you that I will be able to keep my mouth shut. So if you don't want me to load you up and deal with your wicked in the town, you know me I'm out big. If you don't want me go on bad pan you, just hold your head straight and go on. And I'm not withholding your name to protect you. The devil is a lie. I'm withholding your name for the sake of the child. Because she cried with me. I said she doesn't want to be targeted. And she doesn't want people to look at her like that. And all she wants to do is make her mother proud. And what I had to tell her, well done, because she did the right thing coming forward. And she said that nothing had happened in the past. This is the first time. And she wanted to make sure it never repeats itself. So don't think it's you. Don't think it's you. And another mother did me a save the disgrace neither. Because the mother watch the live right now. And as you me a save no disgrace neither. At the pitney. At the child. And you. At the child, at the baby. Because she said she don't want a target on her back. And she big enough to understand. But if I did me alone, for to follow me, I hold her hand and bring her to the police station. I hold her hand and bring her to the police station. Come in and run pitney joke. And like I said, don't call to me when you see me. Don't talk to me when you see me. Don't address me when you see me. Remove my name from your mouth. You're a viper. You're a serpent. I mean, on a lock and par with people, with trouble people pitney. Too much of our nation pitney them for the little baby they come back with our throat slash. We don't know why. Look how much big woman they wrote. Thank you, Sasha boss lady. But guess what? You don't want big woman. You don't want a little pitney them up where you can buy KFC. You don't want a little pitney them where you can buy credit. You don't want a little pitney them where you can buy pizza. Because you cannot manage a big woman. And if a dog did have on a human face, you no go there. If a dog did have on a human face, you no go there. You don't want adults. Pitney. For nothing there. You don't like big people. You don't like woman we can line out certain things. No, them have to young. Them have to know no sense. One time one man tell me that something there now. When me in my early 20s, you know. Him say him not talk to nothing over 22. Let me tell you, say big great tone back man. No talk to nothing over 22, 18 to 22. Him talk to. Because them not really want nothing. Them just want to know say them a get pizza. Rise up your standards. Cause maybe if you don't rise up on the standards, them leave you alone. This big grey back man, 60-year-old man, say him not talk to nothing past 22. And when him current girlfriend did past 22, him left her. And go take up a 18-year-old. Cause him say only thing them want a KFC and pizza. Credit. I vehicle come pick them up. That's all them want. Can hype on them friend. Rise up your standards and lift up your standards. That's why they're targeting our children. But let me tell you something, why you instill certain things in the pitney. I want you to teach you the pitney for all them own. I want you to teach you the pitney certain morals. I want you to speak certain affirmations in our children's lives. Sit down and speak to them and make them understand life early. Enough of no way watching life get touched. Because pedophilia is embedded in our society and we lock up on, we're fractal with it and we're okay with it. Because we used to it and a long time that's a gone and on a she alone. It's embedded in our society. But it doesn't have to be that way for your child. You teach your child early. You talk to your child. You let them know certain things. You teach them about good touch, bad touch. You teach them for all them on. And no boy can't come distract your pitney. No boy can come rob your child of them future because enough of them farming no man. Enough of them farm to come rob on the pitney of them future, you know. Them sister, listen to me no man. Them sister greatness upon your pitney so them try to mash them up early. Them sister greatness is on your child so them try to lock down them future early. Them no want them go near them potential. That them come for do. Mash up your pitney and rob them of what the fruits that they're supposed to reap. Maybe they're supposed to be the cursed bird kind of family. So the devil send them off for them from them young to try and mash them up before they come to the realization of how powerful they are. Maybe they're supposed to be the first millionaire in the family. Maybe they're supposed to be the first one to finish school in the family. Maybe they're supposed to be the first one to attend university in the family. Maybe they're supposed to want to break certain generational curses in the family. So them, you know what, them come off for them from them young for rob them of them destiny. But you never get for rob that one there. You never get for rob that one there. I mean, know you're upon the live. You never get for rob that one there. That one they bigger than you. That one they quicker than you. That one they smarter than you. You come to steal from her the great things of her future by trying to damage her from her youth. But the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. You couldn't touch that one. And I still think you should go to the police, mother. I still think you should go to the police. Cause maybe him try for somebody else pitney and get away with it. Maybe him try for somebody else pitney. You understand me? Stop making these people rob your children of their future. Sometimes I see some videos, I cry because of the mental strain that these children are bearing. I'm telling you a story. I remember when I was going to primary school, I was doing cheerleading. I was in Pink House. Merlin Otti. Best primary school ever, Yorktown Primary. And I remember I was going to primary school and we had cheerleading. And I was in about grade 3 and I was a little cute cheerleader. You know, girl of a Rasta ear and so, because I was a Rasta when I was going to primary school. I was a Rasta. And one thing, me come from a single parent household. My mother never have it like that. My mother and father, they are pitting them. My mother, listen man. My mother done up in a this. But me have cheerleading and I get my little wear with school of pink and white. So me have my little pink blouse and my little white pleated skirt. And my mother get the feeding bag them, the crocus bag them, and my mother make me pam them, you know, when some pitney have some little maga pam my pam them fluffy. My pam them fluffy. And my mother get the spray paint in them and the pink spray paint in them. Me the poor people pitney, but me never the worst. My mother get the pink spray paint and spray up my pam them, you know, so me well outside. I mean, I have my little shoes. Them time they one pair of shoes me did have at the time, one red one, but my mother make sure for cheerleading time I have my shoes to put on. I come from one pair of shoes, I know me have too much shoes first, so me have to give them away. That's why I tell you, some of them come from robbing up in them destiny, you know, because them say, them current situation, you might have one panty now where you have to wash out and dry for put per line of money, but that not gonna be a future. That not gonna be a future. Greater things out there for you. And my mother make sure some well put together and well cute, you know, little girl well outside. My mother make sure see the picture man take my picture and I have my tied scarf from me young. My mother teach me about modesty, you know, closing my legs. I just know sometimes I wear my little short up them. But when I was a little girl, I was always dressed my size. I was always dressed appropriate for my age group. I know since me a big woman, sometimes me know me rebel. But when I was younger, my mother always dressed me in a way that was appropriate for my age group. Not to how big or how small I was, but appropriate for my age group. And my mother make sure I have my little black tights. Cause you know, say, girl, I have her tights underneath her cheerleading skirt. Cause you know, say, me go cartwheel and a little bit of mag like a twig, so you know. So you know, them are gonna put me up on top of the pyramid. Anyway, as this girl, she was in grade 6. I don't remember her name. I don't remember anything about her. All I remember is that she was in grade 6. And baby girl, I hope wherever you are in life, you're doing well. This is the only thing I remember about you. And I was thinking about this day before yesterday. And I came to the realization. So when this happened, and then I remembered that story before the thing that I just spoke about happened. And I was able to say, damn. I'd never thought about it before and it came to my mind. This girl was in grade 6 and she said to me, Sasha, lend me a tights. So just a change, you know, I may take out my new tights and she said, Sasha, lend me a tights because I may go flick. You know, we're going to cartwheel because girl, I practice her flicking, you know. She go flick. She said, lend me a tights. Me like a little idiot. Lend her my tights. So you know, say girl no have no tights. You know, say girl no have no tights. Right? Alright. Girl no have no tights. So, as the day go along now, yes baby, I purchased food from Smokehouse. As the day go along now, me I said, no, I want back my tights, because I want flick too. I want the cartwheel too. You know, you look up at me, I want run up and down and go along and I can do what I want to do. I not feel hold long the skirt, or I not feel sit down in one corner and I lock my foot, because I so look up front of me, Avan. You know, I want flick. So I say, I want my tights, I remember, I'm in a grade 3, you know. I say, I want my tights, and she every minute she depend, me soon get Sasha, me soon get, she never give me the time. And me start ball. Cause me just a little bit and cute, you know. Me start ball. And me tell the other pitney them, cause look at them, some of them never like me, some of them they like me. But I say, go me and everybody cup of tea, but me and somebody nice tall glass of champagne. I say, cause some of them never like me, but most of them they like me. And me tell the pitney them, you know, and me say, me want me tights and she not give me tights. Be idiot, you know. You can't get me, but me lend nobody tights now, you know. I prefer buy a girl a new one, you know. But through them time, them not no sense. And me start complaining to pitney them and start, you know, start balls and me want me tights. And the other pitney them go to her and say, give her tights. So you take Sasha tights. Fuck, I'm a little bit like a whistle, you know. And she said, where you text and she in a grade 6. She a big pitney for me in a little grade 3. And she said, where you text Sasha tights? I give Sasha her tights. And and pitney them back her down in the bathroom. She give me back my tights. Master, God, it's when the pitney give me back the tights. It's when the little girl gave me back the tights. And listen to me, I was about 7 years old or 8. And I have never, about 8, I think I was about 8. I've never forgotten it. That's why you must be careful what you do around your children and be careful what you introduce to them because you don't know what they will remember. My dad died when I was 2 years old, and the one single time I ever saw my father was a day when I walked to a house and he was in bed because he wasn't feeling well, and I remember that interaction with my father, and I was 2 years old. And it was before he died, before he was killed. I was 2 and I remember that interaction. I remember my father's funeral. I remember the dress. I remember my hair was in 2. And I remember everybody was saying, "Sis Sasha this, Sis Sasha there." And every people are give me apple because apple up on the tree enough, and the apple, the red something that will grow up on the apple tree, the dip on it enough. I say must be careful around kids because you don't know what they're going to remember. You don't know what is going to engrave itself into their memory. You don't remember. So you must be very careful where you do around picnic because certain memories will last them forever. And when the little girl gave me the tights, I don't remember the girl's name. I remember that she was brown, I think. I think she was brown. I don't remember her name. Let me tell you something. I couldn't put on that tights. I couldn't put on that tights. I never smelled back a smell so strong until I was an adult. I never smelled back a smell so strong until I had become an adult. The odor that was in that tights, the discharge that was in that tights, the smell that came from the grade 6 child tights. And I just remember this story about 2-3 days ago before this incident that I was talking about happened. For some reason I had a flashback and then this happened. And I said to myself, that child was being molested. That child was being touched. Because no child that age can carry that smell on their own. Somebody was interfering with that little girl. And I didn't know these things back then. I didn't know those things back then. I didn't understand it. I didn't remember this story for years. For years, this memory had not come back to me, and it came back to me about 2 or 3 days ago. And I was driving, and the story, it came into my head before I heard what I heard. And I said to the parent, I saw this coming. And I now realized somebody was troubling that little girl. Because when that little girl took off my black tights to hand it to me in the bathroom of Yurton Primary School, I left it there. I threw it away. Because I could not put it on. Because no little girl should smell like that. And enough of we know to pitney get touched and we turn a blind eye. Enough of we as adults, you know why? Because it's not our business. And then some of us, we pass certain remarks to say, why she come forward now? Why she never talk long time? You don't know the trauma that they have been left with. or the fear that they may have struggled with. Hence the reason they didn't speak. But they're not a part in their journey. They're not a part of their journey in healing that they found the courage to come forward and talk what happened. I had a woman contact me. The woman said it was her big sister who assaulted her. She said it was her big sister who molested her. You don't know what people are going through. So when people come and share their story, don't belittle them. Don't bash them. Don't tell them say a long time them should have talk. Don't tell them that. If you have nothing good to say, if you have no encouraging words to give, if you don't know a scripture to quote, if you don't know how to pray with them, just shut your mouth and say, I'm sorry that happened to you. I am sorry that happened to you. If you don't know anything to say, just say, I'm sorry that happened to you. Don't try to pearl on it. So what happened? Why him do this? Why you will never do this? Why you will never tell nobody? Stop blaming victims. Stop blaming children for being children. Stop blaming children for being scared of adults that were supposed to protect them. Even women, even adults who are taken advantage of, stop blaming them. The shame is enough, because let me tell you what happens a lot of time. A lot of times these women come forward. A lot of times these children come forward and they tell somebody. They gather the courage to tell somebody. And the person who they tell, in their eyes, in their mind, that human being in front of them value had gone down. The person who was speaking to them was now just a piece of meat. Some of them gathered the strength to talk. And the person who they told, their value in their mind went right down. So you know what they do? These people who are already so distressed. These people who are already in such a bad situation. These people who are already so scared. You know what happened to them? They're then taken advantage of again. And then you know what happened after that? They closed down completely. Now they want to speak to nobody, because every time they come forward to talk what happened to them, they're then taken advantage of. And then if they try to interact with men to say they're going to date and they tell their story, you know what happened to them? The man see them as a less. Their value goes down. They're no longer a woman. No, they're a spoiled piece of meat. That is the reality for a lot of women. So they don't come forward and speak. You know why? Because there's no safe space for them to come forward and speak. No for uno we are watching my life people touch, you know, if you no wish for talk the truth. No for we little boys. I know you have man where I watch this, where people have been touched. I have messages in my phone. Men have spoken to me. I've had big men cry to me. I've had women cry to me that they were abused. But there is no safe space for them to tell their story, for them to talk of their experience, for them to heal properly. We don't believe in counseling. We don't believe in therapy. We don't believe in those things as a nation. Because a mad people alone go get therapy. A mad people alone go sit down on couch and talk to daughter. We don't believe in those things. So you know what enough I wanna say, listen to me now, me gonna make pastor pray for you. But let me tell you something, pastor is just a man. Pastor is just flesh and blood, and then sometimes a pastor do it too. If we wish for talk the truth. Sometime pastor wear flesh and blood end up do the same thing too. Cause you know why? Cause someone wanna believe in a man too much. Someone wanna move in the faith away from God and believe in a man too much. When you see one little video of somebody are talking in tongues and talk one story, you don't know if the man is somebody were in front time plan before. You don't know. Because let me tell you, I don't want to talk preaching, because I never come for preach. Because anytime I start talk about God, if something come up in a minute, I don't want to go on that topic there. Someone wanna know. Can't believe in a man too much. So when you see one man come and him a preach and a pray, here you know, where's your church? I have to find you.
Because you think say I'm gonna be able to love read a man too much. So when you give them too much power, when you take on a belief from God and start put it in a man. So instead of to get the child the help that they really need, they talk about me bring a God on a pastor, not knowing that pastor have pedophilic tendencies too. And I'm not only talking about our men, I'm talking about women too. You have some little perverted and nasty woman too. You have some woman who love pitney too. And mash them up. Enough big man me know now. Where when them at 12, 13, for them V card get gone, you know. By some woman we are 30, you know. Enough big man me know that reach, you know. So we don't believe in counseling. We don't believe in therapy. No, we believe in bring down a church. We don't believe to go to God for ourselves and get these people who have been abused the help that they truly need. No, we want to read up. We want to read up. And it's like you want to take all of the power from God and give it to man. Oh, I have to find you. I have to see you because you can see. If you truly believed in God, you would know that he would be able to do nothing without his anointing. You would be able to know that he could do nothing if God hadn't given him vision. If you truly believed in God, then you would go to God. North, north, and boogie, water, go to God. And get the healing from God. But as soon as nothing, I go down a pastor. And someone have some fake pastors and some fake leaders. So when a little girl pitney get touched, bring him down at the church and then on left pitney them in a room with the pastor. On the left pitney them in a room with the minister. You're not there as an adult to oversee what is taking place. Because you think that simple because the person speak about God, that they're safe. How many times have it made the news where pastors trouble our children? How many times has it made the news about cults in Jamaica? How many times has it made the news where people in the church are frolicking with our kids? How many times? Because you're taking away the glory from God and giving it to man to say, is a pastor. As if that makes it okay. Go and get your child therapy. Go and get your child counseling. Be a part of that counseling. Even if you're not able to hear, make sure you're there to see. You couldn't protect them at that point, but moving forward, you can take care of them. Moving forward, you can be there. Moving forward, you can be their shield. You can be their protector. It's your job as a parent. It's not the child responsibility to parent you. It's not the child responsibility to make you feel better about yourself. It's not the child responsibility to go and get the food and bring it to you. Enough look up in them see a roadside I beg. I'm sorry for them sometime. Come here said these are the ones that the men target. Them not trouble people, them not trouble rich people pitney, you know. Look at it good, you know. Them not trouble people who have money pitney, you know. And the poor one them pitney them trouble. And the poor one pitney them touch. Because them cannot fight them and 7 out of 10 times them licky. So them chew on one little money and wash it under the corner and 10 years, 20 years down the line and lick on the pitney chip. Your daughter start live all sort of life. Your son start live all sort of life. And then if you say to them, what brought you into this lifestyle? They're going to tell you they were troubled. They're going to say to you, I was troubled, I was touched. Not for them if you said, how did you get into this lifestyle? Their first experience was with an adult. And they were not protected. Their mama take her money. I remember one time I begged with my one a family member because the boy trouble the people in girl pitney. And she go say, if me didn't know, say I your son, you know, me would have talked to her. Talk to her for what? Talk to her and say what? You don't have daughter. Send the boy go to prison. Send the boy go to prison. You don't have daughter. What you da talk to her say? You tell me say you da bring him Sunday dinner. Make him name the jail food. Top care food. Go give them. Stop fatting them. What they're doing is not okay. No sound. If someone is sick, Mr. Mukti, you see, man. Turn on the back. Turn on the back. Make them for what they've done. When you pack up every day with big Sunday dinner, rice and peas, like say una give them a pat on the shoulder, as if una tell them well done. Because you're still able to eat from the home. Nonsense. Foolishness. Foolishness. Protect your children. You bring them, come here. Them never trouble you, or you go trouble them. It's not their responsibility. My mother taught me that it's not a child's responsibility to take care of a parent. It's a parent's responsibility to take care of their child. And God bless that child if that child turns around and take care of you when you become frail. When you become fragile, because them say once a man, twice a child. God bless that child. If that child decides to boil your tea. If that child decides to bring you water. God bless that child. But you are supposed to train up the child in the way that they're to grow. And hope that they don't depart from the ways later on in life. You are the one that's supposed to. Enough time you see some parents that suffer. Or the sufferation with them put on them pitney when them pitney young. Because you know say man did that trouble with the son. You know say man did that trouble with the daughter. I want to turn a blind eye. You have a little girl, ball, yai, water, nose, not, and bugo. Say she do, pan the man. When me go to the grandmother, when me go to the grandmother and hold the grandmother and talk to the grandmother says she not believe in a court system. She not believe in a police. And the little girl dead there, she says she not believe in. Tomorrow I'm gonna bring her down a pastor and make pastor talk to. Who is pastor? The woman look me in my face and tell me, say she not believe in a figure court. She not believe in a police. Figure station. And the little girl cry and say, Grandma, I'm give with $300. $150 for me and $150 for me. And the woman says she not believe in after report. Cause him brother a big rank up in a JCF. The woman says she not believe in that tomorrow she gonna bring her go give pastor and make pastor pray with her. Hey? Right now, if you see that little girl they seem bad like a years. But is it her fault? No, she wasn't protected. Is it her fault? No. There was no example set for her. No foundation was set for her. She was allowed for bringing in food where the parents them not know about. She was allowed to bring in clothes where the parents them not know about. She was allowed to bring in things where the parents them not know about. And when them find out about it, and them gas done, through them mama no want cook pan coal stove, then go down and man yard go cook pan gas stove. At the exchange of the kids. She walk and beg every man money. And when the man say, come 7 o'clock feed, she send one of her daughter. When the man say, come 7 o'clock, she just nudge one of her daughter. Fix up. Stop selling no pit on the tool. Get rid of this licky culture. Coal stove still the bowl. Wood fire still can't light. If a dumpling and butter, you have teach your child to eat it and be comfortable. Because if me eat fish and you eat dumpling and butter, a full belly is a full belly. A full belly is a full belly. It's your responsibility to make sure that that child eats. It's your responsibility to make sure that child is safe. Stop failing your child. Stop sending your child out there to be another statistic, another figure, another number, another board to be, another mark to be added to a board. Stop sending your child just to be another statistic. Stop setting up your child to be another statistic. There has to be something better for them. There has to be something greater for them. Stop teaching little boy them for licky. Stop teaching little boy pitting them for love likes and love sweets. Somehow when the mama sit down and soon the little boy come in with new phone. Soon the little boy come in with money. And children don't want to get up off on a big rump and go walk. Wanna take it. And it start young, you know, cause wanna see me come in with pencil, wanna never buy. Wanna see me come in with sharpener, wanna never buy. Wanna see the picnic come in with school bag where you never buy. And you're okay with it. You're okay with it. Start from this, so. And then wanna put in a little boy them pan count and call serve. Wanna put in a little girl picnic pan count and call serve. The shopkeeper. Come give you where them want. In exchange for a pitney. Wanna put on a little pitney pan count and call serve and use them for pay on a bill. A full time wanna stop a foolishness. A nasty boy, me tell you anyway, you see me don't call to me. Because I read the messages. I saw the number. I know it's yours. And you go take the little girl phone and delete out her thing out of her phone. But she's smarter than you. She's beautiful, she's strong, she's brave, and she's destined for great things. And you cannot take that away from her. You cannot rob her of that. You cannot steal her future from her. You cannot steal her destiny from her. You cannot steal those things from her. You're a liar. The devil is a liar. You cannot steal that from her. You can't do it. You tried, but you failed. You tried, but you failed. And not because somebody troubled you. Not found to breed young. That doesn't have to be your daughter's story. Not because you breed young, that doesn't have to be a daughter's story. You understand me? It doesn't have to be a child's story. And you for make the sacrifices for your picnic come live a better life. Reason with them, teach them, talk to them, humble them. Sometimes you can't give them, but you make them do without. Sometimes you wall back from them. Hi baby, hi Haley. Sometimes you wall back from them. You know why? So that you can teach them to have their own, to hold their own. Because if you keep on and give this child everything, if you keep on and do, God forbid you're not in the position to do. You know what will happen? You're go stray. She go stray. If you don't teach the child to hold their own at no point in time, you know what will happen? When you're not able to give, you've already gotten them used to a certain lifestyle. I'm not saying don't expose your child. I take my nephew out to dinner. I take him out to lunch. I got a PlayStation in the house. I do those things. But there are times when I say no. And when I say no, I mean it. I say I don't have it. I cannot give you this. Because sometimes you have to draw back so that they can humble themselves. So they can know what it is like to do without and to be okay with doing without. So that when somebody come, it not gonna frighten them. So that when somebody come with more, it not gonna frighten them. So that it keeps them humble. Because it's a scary world, you know. Pitney not grew up like how we grew up, you know. Pitney are growing up way more exposed now, you know. Because when we, well, some of you are older than I am, used to have black and white TV. And when the first phone on the wall now, we want to see on the parents holding them on 13310. These are not the days when phone box they dip on the road, you know. And you used to have to put in money and call, you know. These are not the days of black and white phone, you know. These are not the days when you used to go sit down on your neighbor veranda. So you have to peep through a peephole and watch TV, you know. These are not the day when chicken cook at your yard you feel good, you know. Because your dumpling and butter you usually eat. These are not those days, you know. These days are the days of technology. The children are exposed. Almost every picnic have a tablet, if not a phone. Big color TV, TikTok. Every kind of content creator on TikTok. Sometimes when we watch a TikTok, they say picking up for the pan is happy, you know. Because of what they're being told. It's as if they're indoctrinating them. These are the days when children are exposed. And because they're growing up a lot more exposed, you have to be a lot more militant. You have to be a lot more militant with how you're raising your child. Because things out there for them to see. People are indoctrinating your kids. People are targeting your children. There are lots of apps out there that are breaking children into pedophilic worlds. People, grown men, are telling your little daughters that it's okay to send them a certain type of picture. Snapchat. Search on the pitney phone. Me can't tell you enough search them phone. A lot of predators go after them on Snapchat because within 24 hours the message gone. WhatsApp have a feature now where the message is gone after a day. There's so much exposure with your kids. You have to be militant. You have to be ready to protect your child. You have to be ready to go up on the front line to make sure say you the arrow them catch. If two of them still like pass you and lick the pitney, then them supposed to be tough enough to know say that's just a scratch. Because you would have paved the way. You would have taken on the majority of the burden. Any arrow will pass you, and must you tell them no. So them have to get used to look at disappoint them, have to understand what no is. And them they go pass you because you go up on the front line and carry the load. Children are a lot more exposed now. Be very careful with how you're raising your kids. Very careful, because you might just have some of this man in your household, in your children's life. Him can be an uncle, him can be a brother, him can be a father, him can be a cousin, him can be a neighbor, him can be a close friend. Protect your children. Pray for your children. Do not underestimate the power of prayer. Do not underestimate the power of prayer. Because let me tell you something, when you humble yourself and go before God, it's not normal. And it's normal. You don't believe you have to be saved and sanctified. Because enough people where things saved, them now going to make it to heaven. Don't underestimate prayer. Cover your children in prayer before them leave out, when them a God in bed. And if something touch you at 2 o'clock in the morning and say pray, get up and pray and bind it up. Don't underestimate prayer. Cover your children. Pray for your children. Put on your armor and get ready for war for your children. It's not their responsibility to have to fight for you. It's your responsibility to fight for them. Put on your military suit and get ready for fight for the pitney. To bring back home on the pitney. Some on the pitney there road. Go for the daughter. Go for the son. Go for your child. You know say your child out to all hours at night. You know say you pin it upon the corner. Get ready and go for your child. Pick up your child. They're your child. Get ready to fight for your pitney, because no for una lose some out in some battles una lose. Some of you in some battles una lose. Because when you come on to the pitney, you wishy-washy. You can't wishy-washy when you come on to the pitney. When the skin have it thick. And have to get ready for fight. And some big walls that come up against you, and have to get ready to be as big as a bulldozer to lick down the wall and when you come on to the pitney. Because it's your job as a parent to protect them. It is your job as a parent to protect your child. Get ready, man. Get ready to put on the armor. Get ready to put on the camouflage suit. Get ready for fight for the pitney. To take them off of the corner. Bring you on the daughter. The big man will not allow to come check on you. Stop him from coming on the yard, because you might get her back in her body bag. What sweet you know might sour you. The big man might breed her and kind of want nobody know him. Cut your pitney short. Get ready to take back your daughter. Get ready to take back your son. Because it might sweet you know, because you're licky you know. Get ready to take back your child. You don't want your one come back in our body bag. You don't want to be the one where you have to go bury your own. You don't want to be the one where your pitney have to go up and count and go call serve. Fight for your child. Talk to your child. Expose your child. Reason with your child. And allow your child to get to know God. Allow your child. I will never do a live and not talk about God. You can't be at church and your child at home asleep. You can't be the head of the Sunday school and you're one day home asleep. You can't do that. Every Sunday you dress, but the picnic they home asleep. Bring the child to God. Allow the child to get to know God. When the child cannot speak to you, the child can talk to God. They can build a relationship with God. Teach your child how to pray. So while you're praying for their coverage, they can also pray for their own. While you're praying for their coverage, they can also pray for their own. Teach your child to pray. Sometimes when you see the parents pray, them save it. When you pick the prayer, can save one too. Teach your child about God, regardless of what they say about the world. And that this world is not for God, but for whatever rulers of darkness. Regardless, let your child know God. Because so many things on them on the internet right now is telling them not to. So many things on the internet are changing the meaning of God's promise to the land that the next time he comes, it will not be with flood, but with fire. So many things on the internet are turning them away from the meaning of God's words. So many of things on the internet are there to confuse them. So teach your child to pray. Teach your children about God. Teach your children about God and teach them to pray. Teach them the word. And teach them what it is to love. Tell your children that you love them. Tell your children, stop telling little girl boy you're blacky. Your head dry. Stop telling the little boy say your boy you're ugly. Because when you tell your daughter how she ugly, you're calling all of those insecurities in the life. Just like this little girl, there's a stepfather there to tell her how she pretty. There's a man there to tell her how she cute. There's a predator waiting to tell her how she nice. How her skin nice. Stop speaking all these negative things onto your children. Create a safe space for them to speak and not get in trouble. And I bet if someone to talk to when the picnic on a family will be surprised to find out what is taking place in their life. I know because I've done it in my own family. I bet if you take the time to speak to your children or children in your family, you may be surprised of some things that you learn. Very surprised. Because when you think on a smart, pick smarter. When you think on a smart, but pick smarter. So the only thing you can do is try to teach them the right. Pray with them. Pray for them. Teach them to pray for themselves. That's the only thing you can do, and teach them the right from the wrong. The rest is up to them. But once you create a safe space, you pray, you teach that child to pray, rest assured that you would have done your best. If the pitney want go up on the one, then that's different. But when you can put your hand up and say, I did my best, then I can sympathize with you. Then I can understand where you're coming from. But when I put them out and send them all over a place, I cannot have a conversation with you. Because I'm going to always be on the side that protects your child. I'm always going to be on the side that protects the child. Because a child deserves to be protected. I have 280 of you over here, 52 over here. Please, I'm asking for a laptop. The same person who bakes for our Christmas food drive every year. 1 year she donated 200 cakes. I need a laptop for her child who is in high school. And please, I'm asking, there's 290 of you here. Not so long ago, there was 400 of you here. Please, I'm asking for assistance for a laptop for a child. Please, I'm asking for a laptop for a child for September morning. That is what I'm asking for. Right? But I'm going to leave you with that. Please, I'm asking you to protect your child. And dirty boy, watch ya. The devil is a lie. See him just pop up on Telegram. They don't text my phone. Don't text my phone. Don't talk to me. Me not like you. Me not like you. Me not gonna ever like you. Me not gonna compare with you. Me not deal with pedophile and pervert. Me not like you, no. Don't try talk to me or try to get me to see your side. You have no side. I've read the messages. I saw the messages. I saw what you saw to the little girl. And you're a nasty boy. You're a nasty man. You're nasty. And you're a pervert. You're nasty. You're a pervert. You're nasty and you're a pervert. And we're not friends. I don't want to be associated with you. I don't want to speak to you. I don't want to be associated with you and I will not speak to you. And you will be blocked. Oh, you will be blocked. Do not talk to me.